Marcus is a connoisseur of anything that's free, so he was happy to read the disclaimer on TurboTax Free Edition.
Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at TurboTax.com. That's me!
File your taxes 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition and get your max refund guaranteed. See if you qualify to file for free at TurboTax.com. See max refund guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Hey, it's Kim Commando Today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. Okay, I always like to start with something interesting. In case you didn't hear, IMDb is now freebie, yes. And you probably forgot all about the Internet Movie Database. It's been there forever, but it's actually owned by Amazon. You can watch shows and movies. Well, there are commercials, about the same number in standard network TV shows. And now Amazon has the streaming services covered. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has no commercials. Freevee has commercials, and Freevee shows your ratings. But just be careful of any movies that you see rated. Yes, this is important. 3.14, because that movie could be pirated. Yes, get it, pirated. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another hour of America's most trusted source about all things digital. We're the biggest tech show in the universe. That's right. And it's called the Kim Commando Show because, after all, I'm America's digital pro, Kim Commando. Let's see how that works. And you can find us on over 425 top stations across the country. And, of course, we're streaming in your favorite radio app. Just search for Commando with a K to find us. And, of course, we're streaming as a podcast, a webcast, commercial-free, and you get 3 months' worth of archives and all kinds of good stuff like that over at getkim.com. And a special thank you goes out to our servicemen and women in the Army, the Marines, the Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, and Space Force who are protecting our great nation as I speak and listening to us on the American Forces Network Radio. And I'm sure you have at least a few questions I can lend a hand to. That's right. Our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is open at 1-888-825-5254 is the way to join us. All right, let's start this hour with 5 things you need to know about consumer tech to keep you up to date, make a difference in how you use your devices, what you buy, what you spend your money on, good stuff like that. We will begin with all things Apple. Now, if you have any type of an Apple device, an iPhone, an iPod, an iPad, a MacBook, an iMac, a watch, an Apple TV, you need to listen up. Because everything, I'm talking about every single thing, recently got a major update. The updates include a bunch of security patches to fix scary hackable things. And Apple, unlike Microsoft, they don't come out and say everything that's fixed. But just on your phone, your iPad, your MacBooks, your Mac, your iPad, and your Apple TV, just make sure that you get all the updates. Now, for your Apple Watch and television, they should automatically update. But if not, you'll have to do that manually. And with so many people getting the updates, it may not be readily available to you. So if it says it's not available to you, just give it an hour or so and then try again, and it should be there. And you know what they say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away because no one can afford an iPhone and medical insurance. All right, number 2 on our list of 5 things is this new Snapchat update you need to know about. Now, I know you've heard of Snapchat, but I'm not sure you realize how big it is. So here are some fun facts about Snapchat. They have 5,700 employees. They have 90 million users. 5 billion, snaps are created every single day. And their annual revenues in excess of $5 billion. So it's a pretty major organization. And if your kids are using it, there's been an update that you need to know about. So let's say the kids are acting up and you tell them, hey, you better knock it off or I'm going to take Snapchat away. They don't. So ultimately you have to say, okay, give me your phone. You're not on Snapchat for at least the next week. And instead of them whining, they say to you, hey, Mom and Dad, no problem. I completely understand because I behaved horribly. Oh, you are so right to take my phone and to take Snapchat away. So then you think to yourself, wow, little Johnny, little Janie, oh, they're just growing up and they're going to be mature, self-sustaining adults someday. I just know it. But what you don't know is they know that they can use Snapchat on the web. That's right. Snapchat's messaging and video chat features are no longer limited to just the app. More than a decade after the Snapchat app first hit the scene, the company now has Snapchat for web. So now when you take away Snapchat on their phones, you also have to consider taking access away from the web. So this way, they can't get on Snapchat on the web. Number 3 in our list of 5, Google Photos now shows how much storage space all your photos are taking. I'm not sure if you remember, but I did warn you about this, that this past June 1st, Google ended its free unlimited storage for photos. And if you need more space for your photos, you now have to pay $2 a month for 100 gigs of space or $10 a month for 2 terabytes. Not terribly bad. Now, there is a little exception. I'm not going to get into the weeds, but if you upload photos directly from a Google Pixel phone, you probably have more photo storage that way. Well, Google made a little but important change to photos. There's now a new category called backup. Now, this is going to show you whether or not your photo is being saved in its original high-quality state or in a compressed state that they call Storage Saver. So now you can manage your photo storage better when you're using Google Photos. Now, for some weird reason, this option is only available when you're using Google Photos on the web. It's not available on the iOS or Android app. And it is rolling out, so you might not have it on your account quite yet, but it'll get there. Number 4 on our list, this is an incredible story. It's a cutthroat job market, so you have to get creative. In certain industries, it's a very, very competitive job market. And it's not uncommon for some employers to offer signing bonuses, maybe some extra vacation time, some fancy lunches and dinners as the companies are recruiting for top talent. But I thought this was so interesting to me that the billion-dollar fund by the name of Liquidity Group is using the website Cameo to encourage applicants to work for them. Now, if you're not familiar with Cameo, it's a place where you can go to pay celebrities money for them to record a custom-tuned, maybe 5-minute video, and then they send it to you. It's pretty common to be used like for birthday parties and things like that. So this billion-dollar finance company has hired, listen to this, Newman from Seinfeld, Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, Vito from The Sopranos, Tiger King's Carol Baskin, to talk to potential hires, do a video calling these folks by their first names and telling them what a great idea it would be for them to work for Liquidity Group. They also are using Kevin from The Office, Stewie from Succession, and Kermit the Frog. Now, how much do you think this costs? It's really not that expensive. Cameo message from Baskin are about $250 each. Kevin is $185. Newman costs $330. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak is $600. Now, Kermit the Frog, he's a couple of $100 too, and I bet he gave a riveting performance. Thank you, finally. And finally, this coming in at number 5, new bag tags are coming. Yes, finally for travelers. It's so annoying when you go to check your baggage at the airport, isn't it? You have to wait in line with your bag. You make sure that your name is on the tag. You're normally like you're scribbling it on that paper tag that they give you. And of course, most importantly, it's not overweight. And when you finally get to the ticket counter to check your bag, it's always a smart idea to make sure that you check the bag tag to make sure that it's really going to whatever destination that you're heading to. So hoping to end these frustrations forever is a new bag tag that's electronic. Rather than you having to wait in line to check your bag and the airline needing to print a luggage tag for each and every bag, you're going to be able to set up an electronic bag tag at home when you're checking into your flight using the airline's mobile app. And when you get to the airport, there'll be a self-service bag drop, and you just leave your luggage there. Now, they say this is going to cut down the amount of time spent checking luggage in at the airport by around 40%. Well, here in the United States, Alaska Airlines is going to be rolling out these electronic bag tags, and they're going to be giving away 2,500 of them to get started. But it's already being used outside the United States by airlines like China Southern, Lufthansa, and Swiss. It's interesting to me, I guess because I am a geek, that the electronic bag tag is batteryless, so it never needs to be recharged. United Airlines says they're going to be rolling out these bag tags, and in pure United Airlines fashion, Mileage Plus members will have to buy them, even though it saves the airlines a ton of money. So many failed American airline jokes, they just don't get off the ground. Thank you. I'll be playing the dinner show at 8. Hey, coming up in this hour, we're going to talk about how you can send self-destructing email. And we're going to talk about, you're going to love this. We have put together the ultimate guide to organizing, storing, scanning, protecting your digital photo collection. We're going to talk about a really fun party trick about airplanes. And then later on, how your voicemail could actually save your life. And of course, we have all of your phone calls, and you have me, Kim Commando.
Since our founding in 2000, we at the Center for Internet Security have always had one mission. It's to create confidence in the connected world for people, businesses, and governments. As a nonprofit, we do this by drawing upon our core competencies of collaboration and innovation. The world is changing, cyber threats are evolving, and IT resources are limited. All you want is a way to strengthen your cybersecurity programs efficiently and effectively. Let CIS help you with these efforts. We use a consensus-based process involving IT professionals from around the world to develop and maintain security best practices. These resources are proven to defend systems and data against threats, both on premises and in the cloud. We also strive to help organizations of every size and maturity strengthen their cybersecurity programs. This includes serving U.S. state, local, tribal, and territorial government organizations. At CIS, we're all about making the connected world a safer place. Visit our website to learn more.
Hey, our T-Mobile Unlimited listener line is now open at 1-888-825-5254. Once again, is the way to join us. And hey, just a quick reminder, it's a limited time offer, so make sure that you go claim your free Windows or Mac guide today while you're thinking about it. Just head over to commando.com/free guides. It's our way of making your tech know-how, just bringing it up just a few levels. These are tips, tricks, and secrets that you're not going to find anywhere else. And so head over to commando.com/free guides. That's commando.com/free guides. Moments away from how to send self-destructing email. I need like some 007 theme music for that. And how about we have, let's see, Joseph in San Diego, California. Hi there, Joseph.
Hi, Kim.
Welcome.
The question what I have is my cousin has a smart tag, and I took it as an experiment, and he was able to track me everywhere. So is there a way to find out if someone puts that on me or secretly or hide it? Is there a way to track it?
What kind of phone do you have?
I have an iPhone.
Okay, let's talk about trackers, and then so everybody's on the same page, okay, Joseph? So we have these little trackers, Tile trackers, Apple AirTags, Samsung has their own smart tags, Galaxy smart tags. Mm-hmm. And the whole idea is that you can put them on things, right? You can put them on, I have one on my bike, I have them on my keychains. I have one in my car, okay? I also, I have one on my golden retriever, as a matter of fact, an Apple AirTag.
Well,
And so when you need to find something, it's really fabulous technology is you just go onto your phone, you say, find my, and then you can make that tag make a sound. You can get really directions, just like turn to the left by a foot, move forward, whatever it may be. And it really does precision tracking. And the tracking is using a technology called UWB, or ultra wide band. And it will triangulate and use other devices to figure out where you're located, okay? Or use Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. I mean, these are really, really powerful little trackers. If you're on AirTags, you probably get a warning that there's an unknown AirTag owned by somebody else, and you'll get that warning on your phone, and you're like, oh, okay, well, what the heck is that? If you're on Android, and there's an Apple AirTag, is that you have to get the app from the Google Play Store, and then it takes 10 minutes to scan to try to find that AirTag. Okay, Tile has their own way to do it, and you just found out that the Samsung Galaxy Smart Tag does basically the same thing, but here's the deal: is that it won't show you on an iPhone if you have the AirTag.
Right. I tried that.
Yes, it's just, even though the Samsung app works on an iPhone, it's still not going to show you that tag.
No.
So the question is, and this is a major problem, because imagine, Joseph, you were just doing an experiment with your cousin. Imagine if you were in a domestic violence relationship, or some weirdo that you met is trying to stalk you. And you can slip these things because they're so small. There was a recent case where they were found inside, a woman found like 5 tapped underneath the side of underneath her car. And she had no idea that they were even there. 5 of them. There was one, a police detective found one in his muffler. It's like, okay.
Wow.
And that's the problem right now, is that we have these separate and distinct ecosystems. And I'm really glad that you called, because a lot of people don't realize this, that they're not going to get a message. It's just going to be there, secretly tracking everywhere you go.
Exactly.
No matter where you go, it's just going to be there. So one of the things that I haven't had time to do it, but I'm going to look up. I want to see, Joseph, if there's got to be some type of special RF detector that you could buy and other people could buy that would be able to identify if some signal, a UWB signal, was being put forth. There's got to be something. I haven't had a chance to do it myself.
Yeah.
Because it's frightening, isn't it?
And I couldn't find any. Yeah,
Did you find?
It's very frightening, because he would text me everything. I would tell him, okay, where am I? And he would text me, and I'm within a few feet of where he's saying I am. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's.
I did research. I found nothing.
Yeah, the only thing you could do is just find, if you wanted to, if you are being stalked, right? So what do you have to do?
Right.
You have to have an iPhone, okay? So this way you know if an AirTag is. And you have to have a cheap Samsung Galaxy phone, so that this way that'll alert you, okay? But then we need, yes, maybe even 3 phones, because what about the tile tracker? How do we make sure that we have that covered? So, let me do this. Let me look around, and I'm so lucky, so blessed, Joseph. I have 2 IT geniuses on my staff. Okay, so cool. I'm gonna tap into both Jeremy and John to see if they can help us all locate some type of RFID tracker that can get this out. Because I'm so glad you called. It really brings up a major security problem. And if you know anybody who's in a bad relationship, something like where they might be hurt by something like this, and especially college kids need to know about this stuff too, is that you definitely want to bring this to their attention, because it's the technology is really it's there, and it's out of hand right now. There's just no controls around it. Very frightening stuff. All right, coming up, we're going to be talking about that self-destructing email. And oh my gosh, brand new or not true. And I'm going to give you a heads up. It's pretty tough this week, so you don't want to miss that and more of us here on The Kim Komando Show. How'd you like to hear about how I saved $456 in just 5 minutes? I used an app called Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Can you remember all the free trials and all the other random subscriptions that you've signed up for? Of course you don't, and that's what they're banking on. I love that with Rocket Money, I can see all of my subscriptions in one place. Then if I see something I don't want, I just tap to cancel, and I never have to get on the phone with customer service. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things that you just don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. And it is time for America's favorite radio game show sensation, where you can play along and guess, is it brand new or is it not true? I came up with this game show myself. Literally thousands of new gadgets and apps are released in the tech universe. It seems like every other week, right? But when playing Brand New or Not True, I present you, the home listener, along with a very, very special guest contestant. 3 gadgets in the tech world. Now, 2 are fake and 1 is true. And you'll notice that no product names are given, because I don't want you to cheat. I don't want you to Google a product name and go, oh yeah, that's it, I got it, I knew it. That's like Googling today's Wordle answer, which I actually did the other day because it was a word I had no idea. I've never even seen this word in my entire life. Anyway, back to Brand New or Not True. So 2 products are fake. I've completely made them up, and 1 is absolutely true. So it's up to you to pick the true product. And If you win, as our very special contestant, you get people love this, clamoring for it, an official Kim Commando Show fanny pack. And our special contestant this week is Dee from Knoxville, Tennessee. Hello there, Dee.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm great. So what do you do there in Knoxville?
Anything I want.
Excellent. You're my idol, my inspiration.
Semi-retired.
That's good. You're my inspiration. Although, you know what? I don't know if I can ever retire because I really like what I do. You know, I'm like, what would I do all day? I guess I could figure out. I guess you figure it out. All right. So now you know 2 products are fake and 1 is real. Are you ready to play?
Yes, I'm nervous because I'm not a techie person.
Oh, well, just go with your gut. Just go with your gut. All right. Okay. Product number 1. Have you ever watered your lawn while it's raining? Yeah, I have. It's super annoying and wasteful of our precious water when those sprinklers go off. So we have some basic smart sprinkler controllers now that you can set schedules and will automatically adjust on seasons and rainfall. But this isn't your average 8-zone sprinkler system. This is a smart sprinkler that doubles as a Wi-Fi extender, so it will improve your outdoor internet reception. So those smart lights that are too far away from the Wi-Fi, they will actually work on the driveway. Now, once you replace your existing irrigation controller, you connect it to your home network through the app, and then you test each zone. Then you can enable a feature that will make the irrigation controller a network repeater that can expand your network up to 200 feet. My neighbor could actually use this. He's one of these guys that leaves his sprinkler running constantly, sometimes days at a time. It's so irrigating. Get it? Irritating. I know, that was a bad one. $169. Okay, product number 2. This one's really geared towards the older folks or people with hearing problems who don't always realize that their smartphone is ringing, especially if it's on silent. This new mid-sized table lamp with a simple base has 1 added piece of tech. It connects to a smartphone via Bluetooth, and the LED lights will flash and blink every 2 seconds when a call comes in, regardless of whether the lamp is turned on or off. And the flash alerts continue until the call is answered or just dismissed. It supports most modern smartphones with the Bluetooth 5.0 standard, stays connected up to 50 feet away. $119. This is a tough week, Dee. I'm just telling you, it's a tough week. I spent some extra time on this. So if you don't win, it's okay, all right? Okay, product number 3. Now, I don't know about you, but the algorithms used by Apple Music or Spotify don't always hit the mark when it comes to what you want to listen to. For some reason, I had sitting on the dock of the bay the other day on my playlist. I'm like, where did that come from? So why not just have a device that can pick up your brain waves to figure out what musical mood you're in? That's the idea behind this headset, and it tries to make you more productive, they say at work. You just download the app, link your Apple Music or Spotify account, you put on this headset, tracks your brain's electrical activities. So as you're listening, make suggestions in order to manage your focus, because the more focused you are, the better flow you're in, and it keeps you focused with music, and it also mute any notifications over a certain amount of time. Works for 3 hours on a single charge. And there's a lot that we've discovered about the brain, but in reality, it's still just a big gray area. And this device costs $99 a month. Okay, so 2 are fake, and only one product's real.
That's tough.
Okay. I know. I'm telling you, it's a tough week.
I got to narrow it down to 2, and I'm trying to decide between the 2.
Okay, so
It's definitely not the music thing.
Okay, not that one. And then we have.
I'm torn between the flashing light and the Wi-Fi. I'm not that techie, and I'm a senior citizen, so I'm not real up on the Wi-Fi stuff. But I have known phones that ring that flash the lights and things like that.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if there was a key word in there, like when it's true or false, or the word that tells you that.
Yeah, just go with your gut, like I said. Go with your gut. What does your gut tell you?
My gut tells me it's the lamp thing.
All right. So Dee's final answer is the smart light up table lamp that works whether it's on or off. Not the sprinkler, not the more productive headset. Let's see what our judges say.
Oh, it was the water thing. Oh, shoot.
Shift into focus, hack your flow, and free your code.
Yeah.
Introducing the Crown.
Yes, hack your focus and free your code. It's a headset, Dee, that you're supposed to
What?
put on.
That was the
Yes.
one?
Yes, that was it.
No.
Yes, and it looks at your electrical waves that are going in your brain, and
Oh,
then
that's too scary.
if you're not focused, it'll give you music that will get you focused, and
Boy.
and it's $99 a month, and at some places,
No.
yeah, plus
That's the one I
890.
thought
Yes,
it wasn't, because that's just too sci-fi.
no, isn't that frightening?
That is scary. That is freaky scary.
All right, so here's the deal. It was a tough week, so we're going to give you an official Kim Commando Show fanny pack just for playing along.
I love the fanny packs. Oh,
Yay, yes. Although, they're not called fanny packs anymore. You know what they're calling them now? Crossover
What?
bags. Crossover
geez.
bags. I know.
Okay.
It still looks like a big fanny pack to me. But anyway, so we're going to send you the much coveted Kim Commando Show crossover bag fanny pack.
Oh,
And
thank you so much.
and there's no value. It's just priceless. And so you have a question for me, I understand.
Yes, I do. First of all, I want to tell you I am such a fan, and I'm thrilled to death to be talking to you because, like I said, I am a senior citizen. I'm not techie, and I turn to you for all the answers. Anytime I want to know something, I'll look it up on your website or say, hey, I got to listen to the show. I got to find out the answer to this. So I have a really tough question, and I haven't seen this anywhere yet. I want to know if there's any way to track the internet catfishers and scam artists, because my husband has fallen for it, and he's fallen for 8 as a matter of fact, and he has sent over $40,000 to these.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
What did the scammers tell him? What's the pitch?
Well, which one?
Yeah, right. There was 8 of them.
And he's fallen for 8. He fell for the ransomware. And then he's doing one now where he's catfishing and he's having an exchange with someone who is not who he thinks it is. And I told him, every time you talk to this person, do you not realize it's a different person? Because it's not even pure English. It's broken English. It's a different person each time. And he thought he was helping somebody out and was sending them money.
Oh.
And supposedly her father died and was helping with the estate. So then he started sending money to the attorney. And I said, what attorney do you know that doesn't ask for an itemization or show you an itemization or tell you how much you've sent or anything else?
Retainer, something. Right?
Yeah, something. No documentation, no nothing signed. And I said, look at the way the guy's talking to you. What attorney talks like this?
Okay. So why does he keep falling for this? What is the problem?
I don't know. I asked him, I said, are you desperate? What? I have pointed it out to him. I've showed him other scams.
Do you want me to talk to him?
I made him sit and watch the show Catfish.
But he still doesn't believe it.
I don't know. I don't know if he doesn't believe me or he's just so attached to the euphoria. But I've talked to other people that are falling for it too, but they usually wake up after a year.
Well, that's my concern because we need to figure out a way to make him stop. And once they have his email address and phone numbers, he's on like the hot list.
Oh, it's worse, Kim. It's worse. I'm scared to death because, like an idiot, this so-called attorney asked him, well, you haven't had to pay taxes on all the money that you sent me or anything, have you? And he says, no. He says, well, I need to see a copy of your tax records and stuff. And like an idiot, he made a copy and sent him everything. So he has our name, our address, our bank number, our Social Security, everything.
Okay, Dee, I don't mean to be harsh, but has he always been a dope? I mean, is he just not that bright?
Yeah, but he's worse. He's worse now.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to talk to him?
I don't know if it would help.
I mean, other than that, you just got to take the internet away from this guy, or you got to, and you have to separate.
It's a cell phone. It's a cell phone.
Okay. Well, then you have to separate. Here's what I would do. I'd say, you know what? Half of this is mine. This is what I tell him. Half of this is mine. Okay. I'm going to take my half. Okay. And I'm going to put it into my bank account. Okay. And I'm not going to tell you where it is. And then if you want to lose your half, you lose your half. But this half is mine.
That's why I ended up having to go back to work because of this.
Well, you need to separate your finances because, if you love this.
The problem is that he pays utilities and the utility checks are bouncing. I said, if you're going to do this, then pay the bills first and then pay these people. If you're going to feed into this con and this scam, pay them last, not first. I mean, he's had checking accounts closed. He's bounced checks. And the problem
you know
is
what
that
you need
account,
you know what, Dee? He needs psychological counseling. I mean, he
that's
does.
what I said, but he won't go.
Okay. Well, then you have no choice unless you want to work until you're 80 years old as a Walmart greeter. You have no choice but to give him a bottom line and say either this crap stops or I'm leaving. Okay?
Yeah.
Because, you don't have a choice. And I hate to break up a marriage.
Oh, no, I threatened to him out because the house is in my name. I own the house, but he pays the utilities. Okay,
well, you know what? If he's capable of doing this, he's capable of putting that house in his name. So you have to, I'm telling you, and I'm sorry to tell you this because it's not, it's not blue sky. This is not happy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to protect yourself. You got to think of numero uno right now, because if he blows everything, you think you're going to call those Nigerians back and say, listen, I want my $100,000, my $50,000, because right now it's $40,000. 8 times he's fallen for this stuff. You got to make some tough decisions. You really do. You got to protect yourself. Okay. You just think of you as number one. And if I can help, if you think that if I can help, I'm happy to talk to him. I'll call him on Monday and say, dude, what's going on here? And I'll give him some examples. I'll tell him what happens. Now, you can file some complaints at the Internet Crime Complaint Center. That's ic3.gov. That's ic3.gov. All right, stay right where you are. We have more of the show and tips coming right up.
How'd you like to hear about how I saved $456 in just 5 minutes? I used an app called Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Can you remember all the free trials and all the other random subscriptions that you've signed up for? Of course you don't, and that's what they're banking on. I love that with Rocket Money, I can see all of my subscriptions in one place. Then if I see something I don't want, I just tap to cancel, and I never have to get on the phone with customer service. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things that you just don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim.
All right, back to the phones we go with Edward in Salem, Virginia. Hi, Edward.
Well, hi, Kim. How are you?
I love your accent, sir. You're so awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I'm calling you from the beautiful Lower Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, and it's beautiful here today.
Oh, that's awesome.
I want to tell you right up front that I love your show because you simplify things and make it simple for even a child or a senior like me to understand. And for that, I'm very grateful because I was raised up at a time when we couldn't even have an abacus to do math in class. So everything was done the long way.
So I'm sure you had an abacus.
Well, I had been pulled into this age by my children, kicking and screaming, and I'm probably more of a danger to myself in attempting to use computers and so forth than I like to think. But I've gotten to where I'm doing reasonably well. But when I do have a question, you always seem to answer it, whether I ask it or not. And that's the reason I listen to your show.
Well, thank you, Edward. And I want to make sure I have time to answer your questions. And I appreciate all your kind words. So how can I help you out?
All right. I'll get right to the point. As a grandfather, I like to take my phone and make videos of grandchildren when they're in special shows and events, sporting events and plays and things of that nature. But the question I have to you, is there an app, free preferably, that you might recommend whereby I can edit the videos that I have on my iPhone, because obviously,
you know what? You have it right there, Edward. You've got it. Which you've got it right already on your phone, and it's super easy to use. Let me tell you, I'm going to give you the steps, and then I'm going to write them down for you. I'm going to send them to you, okay, Edward?
all right,
Is that
great.
what you're going to do is you're going to open the Photos app, and then you're going to tap the video that you want to edit. And then you're going to move the sliders to both sides of the video timeline to change the start and the stop times. And then if you hit the play button, you're going to preview that video that you just trimmed. And then the save video will only save the trimmed version of the video. And then you can also save it as a new clip, because this way you get both the original version and then you also get the trimmed version in your Photos library. So use the software that comes right on your phone, because it's made to do that and it's super easy to use. And I'm going to send you these instructions, and thank you so much for your kind words. Hey, listen, we have another hour coming up that you don't want to miss. And if you need links to anything that I mentioned, always remember you can always see them inside the Commando community in the Q&A forum. And we're brought to you here on the Westar Multimedia Network. Hey, thanks for listening to Kim Commando today. So reach over and give me a nice 5-star review. Yes, thank you. And thanks for listening.